J.A. LaRock, the percent off collector. That's what I'm calling myself. During COVID, I got into collecting, right? You know, I was unemployed. I moved to Seattle. Was collecting that PPP loans, all that stuff. You know how you do. Hey, if it's good enough for the 1%, it's good enough for me, right? No, but really, it was important to do something. So being stuck in the house, stuck in my room, I made improvements. You know, like a lot of people, sometimes, you know, you go for the bargains because I don't have a lot of money. A lot of us don't. And that's what this is supposed to be about. It's supposed to be for those of us who still like to collect, who want to have fun doing this, but don't have a lot of money, don't have a lot of contacts. You know, that we're not big ballers, you know, for the translations, for the non-hip-hop people, it means we don't have a lot of financial freedom, but we do have some. So during COVID, it started real small, you know, every once in a while buying something here. Mainly, as you can see back here, what it really started with was the mini arcades. I really liked the mini arcades because it matched my retro gaming feel, you know. Pac-Man, Rolling Thunder, Heavy Barrel. Like, those are games that I grew up with, and it was fun. So they were pretty cheap at the time. The prices jumped, and in the reseller market, it's jumped too. Some of these I'd gotten for like $12.99, $15.99, usually on a special. But even basic, $19.99, $21, $22. Now, $29, $30. Some of them you can't even find anymore. eBay's going crazy reselling them. So, you know, but that's where it started. And then when the G.I. Joe Classified series started, oh man, that was it. I mean, I love the 3.5-inch figures, but when they started to do the 6 inches with the detail and everything, I was like, okay. And again, it was one of those things where there was just some that I couldn't buy, either because they were too expensive, out of stock, just not in my price range. And, you know, one of the things as a collector is you kind of have to come to a moment where you're like, hey, this may technically sell out, you know, like at least as far as buying it direct from Hasbro, Amazon, whatever. And, you know, you might be able to get it aftermarket, eBay, Mercari. I think that's how you pronounce it, right? But at that point, you know, you're at the mercy of whatever the market is. And trust me, these people that be selling on eBay and stuff, they're pretty knowledgeable. They know how to play the markets. I've seen something posted and then someone else posted and then they change the price. Yeah. But just to give you a breakdown of what I'm trying to do here to be just slightly different, because there's tons of collectors. I watch so many, they're so awesome. I came up with like some basic rules for myself, and I wanted to explain it to you so you can understand what I'm doing here. So of course, since it's labeled, the show is labeled % off collector, the main thing is that everything that I buy has to be a % off. And I mean like usually a decent %. I'm not looking for like 5%. You know, like, I mean, it would have to be like a combination of this never goes on sale, it's close to selling out, or something like that. I never see it anywhere else. Then maybe I might do a 5%, but I'm usually looking for 15% and up. I have like, you know, those add-ons you've seen. You know, I ain't trying to push for nobody because I ain't sponsored yet. If you want to sponsor me, that's another thing, because I'll do that. I'm the kind of person where I will sign up for something if I can add deals. I call them stacks on stacks, right? So if I see like a website, like, I don't know, let's say Temu. Oh my God. Can I go on a little rant? I know some of y'all, you know, who doesn't know about Obsolete Gamer. Y'all meeting me for the first time. Let me tell you something. Temu got me, bro. But I got Temu too. Temu is T-E-M-U. I think anyone who has collected, especially knockoffs, knows about this site. They're kind of like going to try and be the, I guess Chinese Amazon would be what they're going for. And to do that, they have like all these games. And look, people call it scams, but I'll be straight up. And again, not sponsored. They ain't paying me or nothing. I've played some of their games, and the ones that I'm able to do is like Fishland, Farmland. Those are the two that I've actually been able to get stuff for. But keep in mind, I have bought something or got a friend to click on it. But that's just an example of what I mean about using bargains. You know, same thing with like Macy's. Like, I don't shop at Macy's. My girl might, but I saw that they had some Transformers for like 20% off, and then you got an additional, I think it was 10 or 15 if you signed up for their credit card. And one of the good things about having a good credit score is I can do that. So I signed that up, and boom, it went from 20% to 35%, things like that. So that's how I do the bargains. I search for it. I search for the coupons. If they want me to sign up for a credit card, I'll do it. And that's another thing, be careful. Know your credit, know how it works. It doesn't hurt really to open new credit, but every time they look at your credit score, you can take a hit. I've been fortunate enough, I've been working on that for years, so I've gotten pretty high, so those hits don't do nothing to me. But again, I'm just a guy on YouTube, so verify everything. Talk to a real financial person, be safe. And that goes into set a budget, be honest with what you can spend. I'll be straight up with you as, a collector, right? I try to be authentic. My disposable income, I try to shuffle it around. And the way that you can do that is like, for instance, I'm a big guy. You see that, right? But I've been working on it. I dropped a lot of weight during COVID. Still got a lot to go, but I'm dropping. I'm working on it. But, I tie some things together. Used to go out to eat a lot. Scale that back. Buy more stuff at home, and it comes together. Because A, it helps me be healthier, but I save money. I quit Starbucks. Sorry, Starbucks. Just drink coffee at home, whatever. Don't use a lot of sugar. Or actually, I don't use any sugar at all now. So that's a lot of money. I mean, I know people that spend $15 a day. I know people that spend more than that, but I know people that spend $15 a day on Starbucks. I mean, just to give you an example, I've seen, a whole bunch of Transformers, G.I. Joes for that price. So again, yeah, you're not going to be able to show off one of the masterpieces. You're not going to get Unicron or something with that. But you look back here, okay, and I'll pipe in some better pictures of back there. And I'm going to do little reviews and stuff for everything you see back there, by the way. So don't worry about it. I'll tell you like how much I paid, all that, so that you can see. But to give you an example, there's nothing that I spent more than, I think, $60 behind me. Like nothing. Even like you might see like the Megatron Hiss, the G.I. Joe Transformers, Hasbro combined. I got that when it was on sale. Same thing with the Bumblebee version. I got that when it was on sale. So all of those are under 60. Anything else you see back there, nothing is over that. So, like I said, even the Shockwave here, I had the coupon. It was 60. I didn't pay 60. So just consider that. Like, there are people who they want it, and like, look, more power to them. If you got it, do it. This is for the rest of us. I know people who, my whole collection, they bought like Unicron. They bought a couple of masterpieces. That's my whole collection right there, just to let you know. Last one is collect only what I really like. And I think that's important. There are places that are doing this for a living, and they stream for a living. This isn't me. I'm just a guy, I have a job, but I also will do this sometimes. So that means that, like, sure, if you like, subscribe, that's awesome, and that'd be great and help me out and all that. But it's not like I'm here thinking I'm going to make this into like a career. No, I do this because I like collecting, and I really like the community. They've been really nice. I created an Instagram page, and I was surprised how many people followed right away. I mean, usually that's hard to do, to get followers, but that community is really cool. And I'm like, you know what? I want to see if I can do something where I can talk about sharing, talk about sales, and see if that catches on. So that's what this is about here. So for me, what I collect is Transformers, and I usually have a certain type. Like, I came in early, you know, like I'm a child of 80s, 90s. So I like G1 up to like where Beast Wars start. A lot of G1s, G1 remakes, G1 knockoffs, you know. My favorites are Soundwave and Blaster, so you'll see a lot of that. So that's mainly what I collect on the Transformer side. I'll buy some others if it looks good and if it's a good sale. Then there's G.I. Joe Classified. That's the only real G.I. Joe I purchased. I love the 3.5, but I know that if I dived into that, and this almost could have been a rule, don't go down the rabbit hole, because you can start seeing deals on things that you don't like, but then you think the deal's so good you have to. But that's where the budget comes in. And then 3 are those mini arcades that you see back there. That's what this show's gonna be about. Searching for those bargains, celebrating what I've gotten, what I like, and reaching out to other people. So my question to you to leave in the comments is, what are your rules for collecting? What is your budget? You know, how do you keep yourself from going down the rabbit hole, from going overboard and into a place that you don't want to be? If you could leave some comments, I'd be happy to, you know, talk about them next time. And of course, gotta throw it in. I would be a terrible person if I don't say, you know, please like and subscribe if you like this video. And I have tons of pictures I'm going to be putting up on the Instagram page. You can see the link there. But until next time.